Chapter 6. Nourishing Nuts, Seeds, and Milks. Nuts and seeds are a healthy snack, as they contain protein, good fats, and fiber. However, many also contain enzyme inhibitors that may put extra strain on your body. These inhibitors bind to enzymes and block or slow down their actions. If you eat a large amount of raw nuts, you may feel heavy, as your digestive system struggles to break them down. They also contain small amount of phytic acid, which the body is unable to process. Activated nuts and seeds. By activating nuts and seeds, you release enzyme inhibitors and make all the valuable nutrition easier for your body to absorb. You can activate a variety of nuts and seeds, and here are our guided recommendations as to which are best activated. Almonds, peanuts, hazelnuts, macadamias, walnuts. Pumpkin seeds, pepitas, sunflower seeds. The process is simple, and you can easily do it yourself at home. Many health food stores sell activated nuts, but they are considerably more expensive. Place the nuts or seeds into a large bowl. Cover with filtered water or fresh spring water. Next, add a teaspoon of Celtic or Himalayan sea salt. The salt helps with the activation process to release the enzyme inhibitors. Stir well to ensure the salt is dissolved and all of the nuts are covered with water. Leave to soak for 12 hours, then drain the nuts and rinse them really well. Now dry them in the oven at the lowest setting possible for as long as it takes for them to become crisp again. You can now enjoy these healthy treats as snacks in your smoothies and in salads. Side note, be mindful of the higher oil content of some nuts, such as macadamias and walnuts. They don't require soaking for as long. Cashews. You may have noticed that cashews are not on the activated list. It might come as a surprise to you to learn that they are not a nut at all. Cashews are actually a seed of a fruit. They don't require activation as they don't contain the enzyme inhibitors. So you can wipe up the following recipe with comparatively minimal prep time. The cashew sour cream. This is a great sauce for almost any dish. It works well with most flavors and can even be used as a creamy salad dressing. Ingredients: 2 cups soaked cashews. Soaking for 5 hours creates a beautiful smooth cream. 2 teaspoons of coconut oil. 2 teaspoons lemon juice. 2 teaspoons salt. Half a cup of water. Place all the ingredients into your blender and start on a low speed. Depending on the type of machine you have, you may need to stop and stir the mixture every now and then. Increase the speed to medium and continue to blend until you have a creamy, smooth sauce. You can store this in the fridge for a couple of days in a glass container. This recipe will yield approximately 1.5 cups. Chia seeds. Chia seeds, with among the highest omega-3 content of all plant foods, are wonderful sources of energy, giving you a far greater pick-me-up than any carbohydrate, sugar, or caffeine ever will. Traditionally, they were used by the Aztecs to provide endurance over long periods of time. We suggest briefly soaking chia seeds. Add a tablespoon of chia seeds to a cup of water. Allow the seeds to soak for 10 to 15 minutes and you will see them expand and take on a gel consistency, evidence of the wonderful essential fatty acids that your body wants. By soaking those chia seeds, you allow them to be easily digested and absorbed. Now you can add them to a smoothie, blend them up. You won't even notice that they're in there. The smoothie will be filling and highly nutritious. Or try the following recipe for mouth-watering treat. Tasty chia pudding. This is a simple and delicious way to include more chia in your diet. It brings some wonderful sweetness, so it's perfect for dessert. Ingredients: 1 cup coconut milk or any of our other nut or seed milks. See next section. 2 tablespoons maple syrup, 1 teaspoon alcohol-free organic vanilla extract, half a teaspoon cinnamon, half a teaspoon nutmeg, 2 teaspoon chia seeds, 1 ripe banana. This recipe looks great when served in a glass. Add the milk, maple syrup, vanilla, cinnamon, nutmeg, and chia to the glass. Stir until well blended. Place the glass in the fridge to chill. After 30 minutes, stir the mixture again to evenly distribute the chia seeds. Now allow it to set for a further 4 hours in the fridge. Mash the banana and gently stir into the chia pudding. You can transform the flavor of this simple chia pudding by changing the type of milk or fruit. Mango, and then you can add strawberries, blueberries, and peach are some of our favorites. Nut and seed milks. As we've discussed, your body was never designed to digest dairy products, which create inflammation and irritation in your digestive tract. Often the reactions to dairy are slow and subtle. It may take 24 to 48 hours of ingestion of dairy to negatively impact you, which makes it challenging to identify the cause of the aggravation. Plant-based milks are much more nourishing to your body. We use the word milk to differentiate from dairy and because it's common in natural health circles. They provide abundant vitamins, minerals, and healthy oils, as well as protein and fiber. Sometimes it can be too much effort to eat nuts and seeds by the handful, so that's why we love getting their wonderful nutrition through milk. Nut and seed milks are quite simple to make. With just a little advanced planning, you can have fresh milk to use in your smoothies, cereals, and or desserts. It may be tempting to pick up pre-made milk from the store, as many markets now carry a variety. However, like all prepackaged foods, it may contain preservatives, emulsifiers, and sweeteners. We've seen some popular brands that include the harmful additive carrageenan in their products. Carrageenan is a natural compound, but it has been found to cause irritation and inflammation in the stomach. It triggers a response from the immune system, as it has been linked to gastric ulceration and even cancer. Since it's a natural extract, it may be present even in organic brands. The purpose of the additive is to ensure the milk doesn't separate. So if you can bear the burden of having to shake your milk, you can avoid it altogether. Variety really is the secret to a happy and healthy life, and plant-based milks are no exception. We encourage you to alternate which milks you make and avoid relying on just one. Each has unique nutrition and helps you differently on an energetic level. By rotating the types of milk you make, you'll receive a well-balanced assortment of healing nourishment. You'll see that we choose to sweeten most of our milks with natural additions. This is personal preference and not necessary. We find the added sweetness gives the milk a creamier taste and makes for a delicious smoothies. Medjool dates are fabulous, healthy source of sweetness as is maple syrup. Please buy real organic, sustainably harvested maple syrup. Maple flavor syrup simply won't go. There are many other syrups available such as agave, yakun, and coconut. However, maple syrup has one of the lowest levels of fructose compared with others. This means the sugars are used by your body more slowly, preventing blood sugar spikes. Maple syrup also has some nutrients in it, as well as antioxidants. The following recipes each yield approximately 4 to 1 cup servings. Sunflower milk. We love the uplifting energy of sunflowers. It's so hard to resist smiling when you look at their big happy faces. The sunflower reminds you to shine your light. It comforts you with the reassurance that the worst is behind you and now you only have positive things ahead. It empowers you, boosts your confidence, and illuminates the joy within your soul. When you make sunflower milk, it's like drinking in golden sunshine. This beautiful milk is rich in zinc for healthy hair, skin, and nails. This minerals also balances your immune system, heals your nervous system, and can promote relaxation. Ingredients: 1 cup raw sunflower seeds, peeled. 1 teaspoon Celtic or Himalayan sea salt divided. 3 cups filtered water or natural spring water, plus a bowlful for soaking. 1 teaspoon alcohol-free organic vanilla extract optional. 2 teaspoon maple syrup optional. Soak the sunflower seeds in a large bowl of fresh water with 1 teaspoon salt for at least 12 hours. Drain the seeds and rinse them really well. Add the soaked sunflower seeds, 3 cups water, and 1/4 teaspoon salt to your blender. If your blender has many speeds, start off slow for 10 seconds before increasing to high. Blend for about a minute until all the seeds are broken down and you're left with milk. Taste now, and if you like, add the vanilla extract and maple syrup for sweetness and to balance out the sunflower seed flavor. Pour your sunflower milk into a glass bottle or jar with the lid and store in the fridge. It will keep for 2 days refrigerated. Pepita, pumpkin seed milk. Pepitas are filled with healthy protein. This milk gives you strength and courage. It supports you when faced with challenging circumstances. Keep your faith and know that you will be okay. By retaining the pulp in the milk, you are getting all the goodness from pepitas, including iron, zinc, and amino acids. Ingredients: 1 cup raw pepitas hulled, 1 and 1/4 teaspoon Celtic or Himalayan sea salt divided, 3 cups filtered water or natural spring water plus a bowlful for soaking, 1 teaspoon alcohol-free organic vanilla extract optional, 2 medjool dates, peated optional. Soak the pepitas in a large bowl of fresh water with 1 teaspoon salt for at least 6 hours. Drain the seeds and rinse them really well. Place the soaked pepitas, 3 cups water, and 1/4 teaspoon salt into your blender. If your blender has variable speed, start off slow for 10 seconds before increasing to high. Blend for about a minute until all the seeds are broken down and you're left with a milk. Due to the pigmentation of the pumpkin seeds, you'll end up with a slightly green mixture. Taste it now, and if you like, add the vanilla extract and dates for sweetness before blending some more. This helps make the milk a little more palatable, but it's optional. Pour your pepita milk into a glass bottle or jar with a lid and store it in the fridge. It will keep for 2 days refrigerated. Hazelnut milk. Hazelnut milk has a buttery, almost desert-like feel to it. The flavor is reminiscent of chocolate and pairs beautifully with cacao. Hazelnuts do have a higher fat content than other nuts, but provided that you aren't exclusively having this type of milk, your intake should be fine. It's rich in vitamin E, is a strong antioxidant, and contains vitamin B, as well as calcium, zinc, and iron. Drinking this milk is like giving yourself a comforting, warm hug. It assures you that all is well, and even though you may not understand why things are currently happening the way they are, all is in perfect divine order. Your prayers have been heard, and God and your angels are sending you their love. Ingredients: 1 cup raw hazelnuts, 1 and 1/4 teaspoon Celtic or Himalayan sea salt divided, 2 cups filtered water or natural spring water plus a bowlful for soaking, 1 teaspoon alcohol-free organic vanilla extract, 3 teaspoon maple syrup. Soak the hazelnuts in a large bowl of fresh water with 1 teaspoon salt for 12 hours. Drain the nuts and rinse them really well. Put the soaked hazelnuts, 2 cups water, and 1/4 teaspoon salt into blender. This milk tastes better with a hint of sweetness, so add the vanilla and maple syrup now. 2. If your blender has variable speeds, start off slow for 10 seconds before increasing to high. Blend for about a minute until all the nuts are broken down and you're left with a milk. Pour your hazelnut milk into a glass bottle or jar with a lid and store in the fridge. It will keep for 2 days refrigerated. Brazil nut milk. Brazil nuts are a great source of selenium, a strong antioxidant reputed to prevent many kinds of cancer. Certain areas of the world, Australia is one example, have poor levels of selenium in the soil. Your fruits and vegetables can only get their mineral content from the soil, so if there's a very little present, the foods will be mineral deficient too. You can import selenium into your diet with these South American nuts. Brazil nuts have a high concentration of oil, so they are prone to going rancid. Be sure to buy recently packaged Brazil nuts. You can tell they're fresher if there is a long time before their expiration date, and store them in your fridge. When you feel like you need a break away from everything, reach for Brazil nut milk. It helps you forget your troubles and find a sense of peace. Ingredients: 1 cup raw Brazil nuts, 1 teaspoon Celtic or Himalayan sea salt divided, 4 cups filtered water or natural spring water plus a bowlful for soaking, 2 teaspoons cinnamon powder, 2 teaspoons maple syrup optional. Soak the Brazil nuts in a large bowl of fresh water and 1 teaspoon salt for 5 hours. Due to their higher oil content, you don't want them to soak for too long. Drain the nuts and rinse them really well. Put the soaked Brazil nuts, 4 cups water, 1/4 teaspoon salt, and cinnamon into your blender. The cinnamon gives this milk a great taste and also helps balance blood sugar. If your blender has variable speed, start off slow for 10 seconds before increasing to high. Blend for about a minute until all the nuts are broken down and you're left with a milk. Now you can add some maple syrup if you feel it needs a little additional sweetness. Pour your Brazil nut milk into a glass bottle or jar with the lid and store in the fridge. It will keep for 2 days refrigerated. Cashew milk. Cashews create a creamy, rich milk that is delicious and decadent. As we mentioned, although they are often referred to as nuts, technically they are seeds. Cashews, while still being highly nutritious, aren't like other nuts and seeds. It's rare to find truly raw cashews because they need to be steamed to coax them out of their toxic shell. So most so-called raw cashews have been steamed but not roasted. Because the cashews aren't in their natural state, we recommend cashew milk as occasional treat rather than as a staple milk. It makes a delicious smoothie base and adds a great creamy flavor to muesli and cereal. Cashew milk removes blocks to hearing your intuition. It opens all your channels of communication to allow for effortless insight. This is a great milk to have before meditation, writing, or teaching. Ingredients: 1 cup raw cashews, 1 1/4 teaspoons Celtic or Himalayan sea salt divided, 3 cups filtered water or natural spring water plus a bowlful for soaking. Soak the cashews in a large bowl of fresh water with 1 teaspoon salt for 5 hours. Cashews are softer seed, so they don't require as long to soak. Drain them and rinse them really well. Put the soaked cashews, 3 cups water, and 1/4 teaspoon salt into your blender. Blend for about a minute until all the seeds are broken down and you're left with the milk. Pour your cashew milk into a glass bottle or a jar with a lid and store them in the fridge. It will keep for 2 days refrigerated. Brown rice milk. Rice milk can be an acquired taste. Most store-bought versions have an unusual aftertaste that can make them unpleasant. However, if you are sensitive to nuts, you may find this is dairy alternative more appropriate. Rice, technically a seed, is also gluten-free. We add a little sweetness to this milk to make it more enjoyable. Brown rice milk helps you speak up and say what's on your mind. It gives you unwavering faith in your gut feelings, shields you from negative energies, and strengthens your auric field. Ingredients: 1 cup cooked brown rice, 2 cups filtered water or natural spring water, a pinch of Celtic or Himalayan sea salt, 3 medjool dates pitted, 1 teaspoon cinnamon powder, 1 teaspoon maple syrup. To make this milk, You need just a small amount of cooked brown rice. You may wish to cook a batch for dinner and save some of it to make the milk. Using 1 cup dry rice would yield 2 cups cooked. Before cooking, soak rice in a bowl of water with a teaspoon of salt for a minimum of 12 hours. If you allow it to soak for 24 hours, it's much lighter and creamier. Once soaked, drain and rinse well. Place the rice and the 2 cups water in a pot. Bring to a boil, then reduce to a simmer and cover. Once the rice is tender, after approximately 20 minutes, it's ready. Set aside and allow to cool. Put the cooked rice, 2 cups water, pinch of salt, dates, cinnamon, and maple syrup into your blender. Blend for about a minute until all the rice is broken down and you're left with the milk. Pour your brown rice milk into a glass bottle or a jar with a lid and store in the fridge. It will keep for 2 days refrigerated. Macadamia milk. Macadamias are rich, creamy, and just downright delicious. They're a nice source of protein, B vitamins, and magnesium. They also contain healthy oils that nourish the heart and cardiovascular system. This milk brings your focus back to love. It's a heart-centered energy, and everything that comes from love is healing in nature. It awakens your clairvoyance, helping you have psychic visions in your mind and in the physical world. It's wonderful for attracting romantic relationships, balanced business partnerships, compassionate therapists, and trustworthy clients. 1 cup raw macadamia nuts, 1 and 1/4 teaspoons Celtic or Himalayan sea salt divided, 3 cups filtered water or natural spring water plus a bowlful for soaking, 1 teaspoon alcohol-free organic vanilla extract optional, 2 teaspoon maple syrup optional. Soak the macadamias in a large bowl of fresh water with 1 teaspoon salt for 5 hours. Macadamias don't require a long soaking time. Drain the nuts and rinse them really well. Put the soaked macadamias, 3 cups water, and 1/4 teaspoon salt into your blender. Blend for about a minute until all the nuts are broken down and you're left with a milk. Taste now, and if desired, you can mix the vanilla extract and maple syrup. Pour your macadamia's milk into a glass bottle or jar with a lid and store in the fridge. It will keep for 2 days refrigerated. Almond milk. Of all the plant-based milks, almond milk is the most commonly known. While it can be found at almost any supermarket without too much trouble, we recommend making your own to ensure the highest quality, best nutritional value, and appropriate sweetness. It's simple and so versatile that you can use it in smoothies, with cereal, or as a treat on its own. Almond milk clears and balances your hundreds of chakras, with special attention to the 7 major chakras running up the midline of your body. Thus, it balances multiple issues associated with these energy centers, including safety, security, money, creativity, your wants and desires, self-esteem and confidence, love, communication, intuition, and your connection to God. When you drink this milk, you help restore harmony in all areas of your life. 1 cup raw almonds, 1 and 1/4 teaspoons Celtic or Himalayan sea salt divided, 3 cups filtered water or natural spring water plus a bowlful for soaking, 1 teaspoon alcohol-free organic vanilla extract optional, 2 medjool dates pitted and optional. Soak the almonds in a large bowl of fresh water with 1 teaspoon salt for at least 12 hours. Drain the nuts and rinse them really well. Put the soaked almonds, 3 cups water, and 1/4 teaspoon salt into your blender. Blend for about a minute until all the nuts are broken down and you're left with milk. Taste, and if you'd like a little more sweetness and flavor, add the vanilla and dates before blending again until a smooth consistency is achieved. Pour your almond milk into a glass bottle or a jar with a lid and store it in the fridge, and it will keep for 2 days refrigerated. The next chapter focuses on more blended creations to nourish you physically and spiritually.